Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to the video we do every year on TEW. When we get to January, of course, it is a roundup of the Wrestler of the Year and the various other awards of the year, and of course, the Power 500 roundup. So I did spoil this, admittedly, on Twitter because it was too good not to reveal. That's how surprising the winner of the Wrestler of the Year was. But if you have forgotten or you haven't seen it, yeah, get ready for a few surprises here. The New Japan dominance is pretty much over, and you'll see why. So if we go to our main screen, Jonathan Fatu is the Wrestler of the Year. Jimmy Uso, Jonathan Fatu, Wrestler of the Year. It's absolutely crazy. I could never have imagined this, but that is the case. More on that as we get into it. As I say, great to see he's got Wrestler of the Year. We'll go in depth on that with the Power 500 because there's a few other things that kind of confirm why he was number one. If we flick through, good to see Company of the Year. That was won by ourselves, so it's good that we've kind of taken that away from New Japan. Team of the Year has went to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the long-reigning WWE Tag Team Champions. Have been the Team of the Year with a lot of good matches, which is good to see. Match of the Year went to the 1 hour Iron Man match for the Intercontinental Championship, way back in Payback at April's pay-per-view event when Roman Reigns defeated Drew McIntyre. So another Match of the Year for Roman Reigns. Show of the Year went to WrestleMania 36. Of course, that was a stacked card. We'll quickly have a look over that later on. In fact, we'll look at it now. Yeah, we'll read on it now. So way back, obviously, WrestleMania 36. There's a Rumble. Where are we? Extreme Rules. We're hiding in here somewhere. There we go. So in the A-Star 98, that's obviously why it got that rating. But to look at the stellar card, your usual Battle Royals. Ziggler and Jason Jordan against the Revival. The Masters of Wrestling, the Young Bucks, the Coffey Brothers, and Gallows and Anderson for the WWE Tag Titles. The grudge match between Gargano and Ciampa. Another grudge match between Matt and Jeff Hardy. Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way we had in there as well. Then had the the New Day, the Usos plus Tonga Uso, and Jinder Mahal and the Singh Brothers for the Trios Championship. With a spectacular match between Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt. The Miz against Sami Zayn. Marty Scurll and Austin Aries. Fatal 5-Way we had, is it 5 or 6? I can't even see, I think it's 6. Ibushi, Sabre Jr., Adam Cole, Rusev, Apollo Crews, and Eddie Edwards for the European Championship. The leader of the BCs over the time, Devitt, Omega, and Styles in a triple threat match. John Cena and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. John Cena getting attacked. Corbin versus Orton. Owens versus Joe. Reigns versus McIntyre, which was 5-star. Co-main event of Charlotte versus Dana Brooke. And that main event of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, also a 99 rated match. So a spectacular event. It's going to be tough to beat this year, but we have a lot of matches in mind at the moment. It's just making sure we get to that. Young Wrestler of the Year went to the Great Suzuki 2, which is a new generated wrestler, or the Great Suzuki. Veteran Wrestler went to El Zorro, New Japan. Dana Brooke wins the Female Wrestler of the Year, so even though she's not been pushed as strongly this year, she still won it. She's too OP in this. Most Improved Company went to the NXT Women brand. Independent Wrestler of the Year went to Kenta Hideo Itami, if I'm right in saying. He's one of the many people we're going to bring in some sort of deal. We're also looking at bringing in, I've added to the database the likes of Montez Ford. Walter wasn't in it, so we're looking to bring him in, but it's a lot of contracts here that are just kind of putting people over, or the likes of Carlito will be a trainer, Brent Albright will be a trainer, Mysterio for a 1-year deal, Big Show's to be a road agent. So some of them, Hunter a surprising one, purely because she's somehow 80 over. Don't know how that worked out, but if it helps our women's division, I'm all for it. Manager of the Year went to Kane S. The Announcer of the Year went to Kurt David in our developmental, so that's always good to see. We've got something good for the future. Colour Commentator went to Saraya Knight, and the referee went to Coptez Salazar from CM LL. It's nothing I've really worked on referees. We'll put a couple in, but predominantly we stick with what the E's got. So see, that was quite interesting. So We'll just quickly look at the end of year awards from this perspective. So you can see there it's been predominantly New Japan wrestlers in this save. Tanahashi winning it 3 times and Naito winning it. So it's good to see, a WWE wrestler winning it. And obviously a very surprising winner there. Again, the tag team one was obviously dominated by the Japanese wrestlers as well. So good to see Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It does say there are other gimmick names in this, but we know who they are. Company of the Year, as I say, we did win it last year. It's good to see we've gotten it back from New Japan to give it 6-time winner. And yeah, as I say, there's nothing else there. Match of the Year. I actually want to click this because you'll see here. Roman Reigns now has it 1, 2, 3, 4 times in my save that Roman Reigns has picked up a Match of the Year. Apart from the 1 year, it was in Dragon Gate, which was, of course, CM Punk versus Shingo Takagi. So, just quick look at Jonathan Fatu. We'll look at his match history for the last year. When you consider average ratings in A90, highest ratings in A-star 99, lowest is a B-72. What I found very interesting is 17 wins and 39 losses, but still Wrestler of the Year. Now, admittedly, as you can probably see, I do a lot of multi-man matches on SmackDown, so we usually do get ratings we really shouldn't be getting, but it keeps the heat in the storylines, and it obviously means we get so many good matches, but pretty much as soon as the Zayn, Owens and Uso storyline started, that's when the 90s started coming at a regular rate, really. To be honest, as soon as we traded over Sami Zayn, he got that beat down. Sorry, we traded over Kevin Owens, but Sami Zayn got the beat down. And KO made the save, and that was the day after WrestleMania. A feud is still going. But we'll talk about this feud. Let's see how good the feud's been, and actually confirmed when your top 4 wrestlers are Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens as your top 4 in the world. So it's based upon match ratings. They've obviously the best matches. He's went from 198 to 1, and then his partners went from 199 to 2. So obviously that's a great start there. Sami Zayn went from 43 to number 3. Kevin Owens, again, another year in the top 100, and his first year inside the top 10. Roman Reigns picked up the number 5 spot. He down from number 2, but again, every year he's in the save, so that's 16, 17, 18 and 19. He's been in the top 15 at least. So our next WWE star is Dean Ambrose, in at number 12. Pretty solid, he's been very consistent. Seth Rollins, not as good as last year, but still a very respectable 13th place. And in for the first time, debuting at number 17, and only going to get better, I would believe, the Velveteen Dream, Patrick Clark. So that's good. You can see there, Nakamura, Tanahashi, Okada, New Japan will tend to dominate these kind of ratings systems. So it's good to see some WWE stars there. Baron Corbin in at number 23 was good to see. Former WWE star Jinder Mahal in at 25, so he's done well for himself. Devitt took himself from obscurity out of the rankings for 2 years and into 28th place. Kofi Kingston, a career best at number 30, so that's good to see for Kofi there, increasing over 170 places. So we just scroll that through. So a lot of guys that have previously been with us: Bobby Roode, Jay Lethal, London we had for a period of time, Luke Harper as well. Next up for us though is Ibushi in at 39, so it's one of his worst performances, actually his worst performance in the save, because 2015 would have been the year before. Zack Sabre Jr. in at number 40, and Samoa Joe in at 41. It's still not horrible. Got Rusev in at 45, good performance from the Bulgarian Brute, and technically still contracted to us, Rocky Romero at 46, Bryan Danielson at 47. He will probably get a good push now since he's back wrestling with the WWE at this time of video. CM Punk, 48, since he's probably his weakest one, but of course he's out with Dragon Gate after falling out with everyone. And The Miz in at 49, followed by Bo Dallas in at 50. What surprised me with Bo, actually a worse rating than last year. Very surprising for Bo Dallas in the top 50. Other WWE stars: King Neville at 51, breaks the 100 by quite a good way. 52, Randy Orton's worst year so far. Drew Galloway in at 54 with his best year. John Cena slipping down the rankings again, down to 55, but completely understandable because of his physical decline. Tommy End at 57, his best performance, of course, Alistair Black. Kenny Omega nestles in at 58, so he's getting there, but not quite to the level he's at in real life where, let's be honest, one of, if not the best. Next up for us, Big E, and it's 62. Andy Del Toro, we do technically have him, so he's in there at 63. The phenomenal AJ Styles, again, declining physical ability is hampering him, so that's why he's down at 65. Shane Strickland, we've got at 67. Jake Hager, we've got at 71. Scroll down here. Who's next? Bray Wyatt, and at 75. It's probably his weakest year since the first year, so hopefully, as I say, we can pick that up. Cesaro right after him, 76, so he's kind of been consistent from last year. Jason Jordan with a big increase, nearly 200 place increase, so that's good to see. Chris Hero, 79. Shelton Benjamin, who's just returned, in at 81. Ciampa, 82, so a big increase for Tommaso. Chad Gable up 80 places roughly to 88. Cien Almas is up to 89, so that's very good for him. 17 back in 2015. No, so NXT probably hasn't been kind for him, but it's up to us to get him to that level that he requires. So look there, Braun Strowman, 95, so a very poor year for Braun, but I think the overness of that tag feud should hopefully see him in a much better position in 2021. Kazarian and Daniels, 97 and 98. Next up, representing as the first female athlete in the PW 500, or the Power 500 in this, and it's Dana Brooke at 106, a small increase from 117 last year, and 57 for the year before. Next up, Marty Scurll at 111, so a good performance increase from him. Where are we? So 111, that's fine. What have we got? A lot of Japanese and Mexican wrestlers. Mojo Rawley's next, a 132, so a good increase for Mojo, a much better year, although we personally think it could be a lot better for him. Next female athlete at 135 is Paige, so that's good to see her there. Adam Cole in at 140, so he's getting better. As I say, I think he just needs that one proper push, and hopefully we will give him that and he'll get to that level. Johnny Gargano at 143, a far best year for him as well. Charlotte in at 146, her second best performance, her best in game, but she's at 134 in real life at one point, so we have to try and keep pushing her and get her to that level. And then the Young Bucks, 148 and 149. It's cool. What else we got? Spud's not under contract with us. Nikki Storm, Nikki Cross debuts in at 157. It's a very good performance for her, and I expect her just to get better as time goes on. So this is up to 166. Have we got anyone else in this kind of range? Apollo Crews is still with us. His worst year in game, so he's got to look to see him get better. Well, his second worst year, 180, back in 2018. Joe Robinson, of course, CJ Robinson has been home as at 182, so he's had a couple of years better than this one, and that seems to be it on that bit. Let's have a look if we get anybody else that's going to creep into the top 200. We've got two. Joe Coffey, biggest year with 198. Mark Coffey, 199. So a strong year from the Coffey brothers, and as I say, they are only just getting started. But you can see here there's going to start to be a lot more WWE superstars as we kick on. But the likes of Scott Dawson at 205, Dash Wilder at 204 and 205. Eddie Edwards is contracted to us, so he's in at 206. Aiden English with a much better year at 210, up a good 165 places. Expect big things for him going forward. If we can sneak through more. Bailey, it's a pretty solid year considering Bailey's not really been massively pushed. So we're in at 222, and hopefully we should see her break the 200 mark. Xavier Woods, 223, it's been an average year. Becky Lynch, 224. Not quite at our lengths of 143 in 2017, but we did push her massively. I will expect a big push for Becky. It's try to get every woman to, obviously, Dana's and Charlotte's level, so it's going to take in turn to get everybody over. Ricochet is 227, so it's one of his better years. Just need to put the faith behind him. Obviously, in ring he's phenomenal. I just maybe a wee bit concerns about his mic work, but we'll see. Elias 228, best year by far. We should see him break the top 200, if not 100, going forward. Look, Gallows in at 234, Jeff Hardy 235, Carol Anderson 236. So it's good to see. And round at the top 250, don't think there is anyone else contracted to us. Bobby Fish 249. So one half of Red Dragon. That's decent. Quite happy with that. Will Ospreay we've got in there at 254. Robbie Solar's technically contracted to us. He will be debuting on the main roster shortly. So he's at 264. He's come up from Lucha Underground, Scottish Luchador. Sasha Banks at 265. So not a great year for Sasha, considering the accolades that she has won. But still a good position for her to be in. And then we've also got Kyle O'Reilly, 270. Falling Dolph Ziggler at 275, so by far Dolph Ziggler's worst year. We've got the talented Rhea Ripley, or Demi Bennett, in at 277, so a good increase for her, but she is only getting better and better and still has plenty of time to develop. Ishimori contracted to us, by far the worst year, because we haven't really pushed them if we're being blatantly honest. We've got the Mighty Don't Kneel, Mickey Nichols and Shane Haste, they're both in there. Pete Dunne, I'm actually surprised Pete Dunne's as low as that, but he'll get a good push. I expect him to quite easily break the 200 mark this year. This will be his breakout year. So hopefully, as I say, way later than real life, his breakout year, but we'll push him this year. Get Kalisto in there as well, 299. Get Kellyanne English at 300. So despite fallouts and jobbing, she's still there, which is quite good to see. She's still competitive. Who else have we got? That's one of our guys. Noam Dar at 319. I still can't decide what one's what, but we've got Sonny Dinza and we've got Gurn Slamani, so Akam is a good bit ahead of Rizar, which is good to see. Grado in there for some reason, fair play Grado. Sammy Callahan, I think we've still got contracted to us, but just never really used. We keep going through. Who we got? There's JTG. We found them. Who'd have thought? We get Drew Gulak, which is cool to see. Don't really know what to do. We might see him traded to a SmackDown for a cruiserweight title push. Who knows? But 3-4-5 for Drew Gulak, and in there as well a debut for one half of the Shine Tag Team Champions, which is of course Toni Storm. So she's in at 3-4-6. So well done to her. We've got Akira Tozawa at 3-4-9, which is good to see, and a debut as well for Murphy in at 3-5-2. So the best kept secret, who should get a push this year as well. Can only get better and better. We've got Liv Morgan in at 3-5-6. So it's a poor year for Liv, but with the addition of Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan, as now Crazy Mary Dobson has been named Sarah Logan, they won't be known as the Riot Squad, purely on the basis of, well, Ruby's not really the leader in this, it's Liv. So I might just make it Liv's lackeys or something, just some mad stable to go with Liv Morgan as the leader. Rich One we've still technically got at 3-5-9. There's Brahman there at 3-6-6. I just never really had the need to bring him up. Debut for Harv Shearer at 3-6-9 and Gurv Shearer at 3-6, 3-6-8 and 3-6-9 for them. So that's good to see. Who else have we got? Roderick Strong, contracted, 3-7-8. It's just finding something for Roddy. That's the biggest problem. It's nothing against him, I just never really seem to have anything for him. And that's Hot Sauce Tracy Williams in there. Yep, and at 3-7-9 we've got Mandy Rose at 3-8-1, so big improvement for her, which is good to see. A case of she'll be waiting basically for Sonia Deville to come out of developmental, and then we'll probably push some version of Absolution, maybe not under that name. We'll just see how it works out, because even though it happens in real life way before this, sometimes it is a good idea to put a couple of them together to help develop. Well, we've got next 392 for Alexa Bliss, so a pretty poor year for Alexa. Violet Muscles in her developmental is now up at 394. I'm quite hesitant to use her because she is new gen, but we'll see how we go with that. Kaylee Ray is unfortunately no longer with the company. Matt Riddle at 401, his debut. And as well as Billy Kay at 402, Candice LeRae at 403, so it's an improvement for her. TG Perkins at 404, up just a couple of positions there. Davy Richards, very poor year for Davy, but the Wolves are back, so we may see something with him going forward. Big Demo, first year in at 408. Nothing more can be said. This guy is, for the size of him, is absolutely phenomenal. This is why he's got the strong push beside Devitt as his kind of bulldozer, effectively. So big things for the man from Belfast going forward. Got in there as well Peyton Royce at 409, Kimberly, who's no longer with the company, at 410, Nia Yim at 411. If we keep looking through, a lot of our people are turning up now. Familiar names there, PJ Black, Billy Ray, Nia Jax, 418, of course, no longer with us either. Just felt it was the right time to trim her off the roster. Nixon No, who's just going to come up to the main roster, 428, so she'll get a push eventually. Cherry Bomb, Ali, or Ali Flair as she's known in the save, is at 430, so an improvement for her. You get Akuma and Leo Rush in there as well. Who else we got? Tyler Breeze, 444. Of course, he's no longer with us. He's went to NXT. They're now an own individual promotion. Just seeing is there anybody else that's with us right now. There's quite a few names in there. EC3's in there. You can see Zack Ryder's in there. Michael Elgin. Carrie Zane's in there at 460. Jushin van der Liger's in there. And another one for us is at 454. Cedric Alexander. So an average year for him, but hopefully can only get better. Crazy Steve. You've got Tenille Dashwood, who's obviously now with NXT. She's left us. Eve Marie's in there. Do you want to check Eve Marie? So she's always been decent in terms of getting in the top 500. Of course, she did have that Women's Championship win, remember, at one WrestleMania, which has probably helped her rating. Get Ryback in there. Ruby Riott sneaks in at 479, her first year, and so does Aaliyah at 480. So a poor year for her. You've got Eugene, of course, Nick Dinsmore, Eric Rowan at 483. We've got Rachel Ellering at 485. Talon Terrell at 492. And to end it, quite a few ones that we can mention. Of course, there is Rosemary, Courtney Russian at 494. We've got our former developmental talent, I think she's gone. No, she's still there. Mary Lee Rose, we might bring her up. I'm unsure what to do with her. We've got Shaw Guerrero at 497, predominantly the manager, of course, of her husband, Aiden English. Heath Slater, he got kids and he sneaks in at 498, so good on Heath. And last but not least, Eddie Kingston at number 500. So that's how everyone rates in the world. In terms of popularity, of course, it is a different story. The most famous wrestler in the whole of the world is Bo Dallas. Who would have thought that? Followed by the likes of Fergal Devitt, Dean Ambrose, and quite shockingly, Baron Corbin at number 4, CM Punk, Kofi Kingston, Rusev at number 7, Kevin Steen, Zack Sabre Jr. and Triple H, with John Cena at 11 and Samoa Joe at 12. Interestingly, 13th place for Dana Brooke. Of course, that'll filter over the world a bit different in the US. Would be predominantly mostly the SmackDown wrestlers because we don't showcase Raw in America. Still waiting to get a TV deal. But then in places like the British Isles, a lot more of the Raw superstars will point up there. But quite cool again to see that Bo Dallas is pretty much popular. Other man everywhere. That is the face of wrestling. Who would have thought that? But you look at his popularity, he's across the board. He's just came up to that next level. Do you know what I mean? It really was just the push when he 97. So if he didn't lose that title, he'd be really great ratings. A 99 in some places. So he's pretty much the Rock, Hogan, Austin of this era. That guy. That's pretty much it. As I say, it was just the usual thing we do every year. We just document, who is the winners of each award and how the wrestling landscape is effectively looking in terms of these awards. Who we can look at pushing going forward. What names are kind of more popular in terms of the wrestling matches in the couple of years into the game. Of course, you're looking at Brock Lesnar, even no Undertaker. all your bigger names are starting to phase down the card. AJ Styles, who normally would be a top 10 wrestler, top 5 probably, down the card because of declining physical ability. And there's probably a lot of big names there, that didn't even make the top 500. None I can think of off the top of my head, but I don't ever recall seeing Grand Metalik. Yeah, he wasn't in it at all, or was he? Or was it 294? Grand Metalik, but there is a few names, that are probably on this roster that just didn't appear on that you're really thinking, alright, probably should have been there. You know what I mean? You get people like Jeff Hardy sneaking in at 235. This doesn't really help my point at all, because everything I've clicked on has made it some way or another, but yeah, we'll see what happens going forward. There'll be a few surprise names next year. You can imagine it'll be a strong year for Mustafa Ali, strong year for Noam Dar. Pete Dunne, as I said, will have a big year. Yeah, plenty of guys that really, really deserve a big push going forward. So that's going to be it, guys. Let me know how you found it. Who do you think is going to have a big breakout year in 2021? As always, your predictions for my WrestleMania card coming up in a few weeks' time on YouTube, of course. Likes are always appreciated. Any comments how your own TEW saves are getting on? How have you saw the Power 500 develop in your save? Has it always been predominantly the Japanese-based wrestlers that are taking up the top spots, or have you managed to take your company, whether it be WWE or anyone else, TNA, ROH, unknown custom fed, have you managed to challenge the Japanese dominance? Or, if in the C-verse, have you just had it where your company just dominates those kind of ratings? And of course, any surprise winners of any of the awards, let me know as well. Get a couple of Gazos or screenshots in the comments section as well, and get a bit of discussion on that. But apart from that, cheers for watching. If you enjoyed the video, say if you can drop us that like, any comments appreciated, share, tell your friends, hit the sub button, do whatever you like, and I say hope you'll join us on the road to Royal Rumble, and then of course WrestleMania. But cheers for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon for the Royal Rumble. Bye bye.